Was it something I did? Still I wonder, cause it isn't too clear. I don't want no trouble, tired of the lies. You found yourself another, heart as cold as ice. I'm trying to recover, do you even realize? I'm taking everything you want. Can I ask you, was it something I did? Still I wonder, cause it isn't too clear. I don't want no trouble, tired of the lies. You found yourself another, heart as cold as ice. I'm trying to recover, do you even realize? I don't want no trouble, tired of the lies. You found yourself another, heart as cold as ice.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another esports stream here on this fine Tuesday night. This time we've got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the National Racing Collegiate. It's an odd name.
Yeah, definitely an odd name. So a different league than the one that we won. We just won a championship in CKL, Collegiate Karting League. So this is a different league. The previous games that you probably have watched have been 6v6. Now these games are 4v4v4. So a little bit different here tonight from what you're used to from Mario Kart, but it's a fun time.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the add to the banners in the back.
Yeah, this is it's pretty sweet. As you can see, we got the championships up here. We won Div 7 last year, Div 4 this year. So pretty crazy skip going from Div 7 all the way to Div 4.
It was also kind of, well, I won't say Iowa sweep because you and I didn't win theirs in Division 1, but
Yeah, a little tragic that our friends over there.
I know Marshalltown won theirs. I think BVU might have won theirs too.
Not sure who won the division below. BVU and Co were both in that division.
Yeah. Either way, a lot of Iowa schools doing pretty well for themselves in the CKL.
Yeah, Mario Kart just kind of big in Iowa. Even in high school, Mario Kart does very, very well. So excited for the future of Mario Kart. We'll see what's in store for Mario Kart as they kind of are split in half right now between World and 8 Deluxe. We'll see what the future has in store. I think 8 Deluxe is a little bit of a better competitive game, but people like World too. So we'll see what the future has.
That is kind of what it seems like. It seems like, World. I've played it like once, maybe. I have played it one time.
Yeah.
It seems pretty fun, but I don't know how competitive it exactly feels.
It's about the same. I think the drifting just feels a little bit better in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There's a little bit more tech. The shortcuts feel really good in World because you're tricking off the walls and all this stuff, bouncing off random poles. So the time trials are really, really fun. But I feel like it still has yet to be seen how many shortcuts are really competitive and viable in like an online race versus a time trial. So that's still to be seen. But what I have heard from like people who played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, apparently Mario Kart 8 Deluxe kind of was bad when it first came out too, competitively, because people just didn't know how to race well. So I have hope that as World is out for longer and longer, people just get better and better at racing, and the game itself just takes off. And I hope it doesn't split the community. I think they can coexist. But I know a lot of teams that we've played against in the past in 8 Deluxe, they've been a little rusty since they've been playing so much Mario Kart World.
Well, if anything, Nintendo games are pretty used to a split. If you just take a look at Smash, and it's kind of the world's biggest split of all of just the games in general.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's that far-fetched an idea to have two separate things rolling at the same time. I have to make the tweets now for Rocket League.
Yeah, as you were just with us watching that Rocket League game before, good 4-1 victory for Wartburg over BVU. It was a roller coaster of a series. I feel like Wartburg started off really strong, and then they forgot how to play the video game halfway through. Then they remembered. So it can be really interesting going from like your ranked matches where everybody is about the same ranked into a collegiate match where there's a whole variety of ranks, because the pacing of everything feels very, very off and very, very different. So when you jump from one thing to the other, you just kind of get stuck sometimes. And I think about halfway through that series, especially Crop Duster and Apothic Dark kind of just were getting a little bit stuck, and they were slowing down trying to play the opponent's game. And I just had to remind them, what I was saying to them in that room was like, just keep playing your game. I do think Apothic Dark was probably the best mechanical player on that field, and I told him that specifically. I told him to just lean into those mechanics, and he did that. So really, really good game there. Glad they were able to pull away with the dub. The one win from BVU there in that series did guarantee them their spot, though, for the LAN. Otherwise, they would not have qualified.
It also bumped Gustavus out of the playoffs as well. The only way that Gustavus would have made it is if Wartburg had got the sweep, because it would have bumped BVU all the way down, or if BVU had won, because it would have bumped Illinois College out.
Yeah, that is a weird thing, that they either needed BVU to completely get swept or to win the series. Yep.
Just so the one victory it ends their season rather preemptively. Although that is normally why most leagues will try to put their final games of the season at the same time.
Yeah.
Because that's the drama of it. But
weird that Wartburg kind of was the controller of others' destinies there. Would have been really funny if we were up 3-0. And people were joking in the Discord that they should have made PowerPoints to tell us why we should let them in. But it did not end up that way. BVU earned their spot there, getting that one win. I mean, we wanted to sweep them. We tried. But they got that one win. They earned it. So props to them. We'll be playing you first round at LAN now, I think. So excited about that. But anyway, enough about Rocket League. We're on to Mario Kart here.
Yeah, I think it's about time that we...
Yeah, the lobby should be up any second now. It is a little bit more difficult to get the lobby set up now, since there is 3 teams that you have to deal with rather than just 2. So more communication, coordination. But we are in the lobby here. We got teams voting for the first track. Somebody voted for random.
It's a classic.
Yeah, first pick. I guess it doesn't matter. And here we go. We'll see what the first track is. Is that Cheeseland? People voted for Cheeseland first? That's crazy. I wonder if they have bottom 4 spots. Oh, we hear some popping off. I don't know if that was good pop-off or bad pop-off.
That was the Wartburg track, this I know.
Oh, yeah. I think it is John Longon specifically who likes this track. And when I asked him why, because I think it is fairly boring, he said, because I like trains.
And you know what? I kind of agree with that one. He's kind of spitting on that one.
All right. We love to see a game that's designed for you to not play it for a little bit. Isn't that fun? This just doesn't look like real life right now, watching this gameplay here. Kind of looks like they're all in free roam together in Mario Kart World.
Yeah, that's a bit of a preempter to what you expect to see.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just going to purposely run right into that train. If you're curious what's going on here, Mario Kart, as anyone who's played it before knows, that you get better items when you're in the back. And so they call it bagging, short for sandbagging, as people are just going to be sitting in the back collecting these coins that give you more speed. Literally, he's going to get hit and lose some of those coins. He's going to back up because he doesn't care about being that close to the front right now, just to get those coins. And that's why you see a bullet and a mushroom. Really going to be farming for that shock item. Yeah. Best item in the game by far.
The other two schools here, part of this final, is University of Idaho as well as Clark. Avoid the train. Get used to the golden.
Yeah, I didn't want to hit that train there because it'll spin you out and you'll lose those coins.
True, and it's really awesome when that happens too. And Stockton University. The others two here, I think this is 4 also, if I'm not mistaken.
There's a blue shell there, just going to let that rock. Interesting as well, seeing this compared to CKL. There's so many more different characters.
It is. Well, it's also, I guess, we are just used to Yoshi Mania.
Yeah, now there is, we got Birdo, same stats as Yoshi, so we got 2 Birdos in there. Shy Guy, though, interesting pick. We got Morton and Funky Kong. I'm not sure who Gremlin is on right now.
It could be any of the characters.
Yeah, he's known to switch around almost every single track. And the bagging not quite paying off there for Lewis and Clark. Excuse me, and Clark.
Yeah, it's so weird that he goes by and Clark in this one, but Lewis in CKL.
Just for funsies. They like to get a little silly.
Mario Kart is a very serious game.
I didn't quite see the spots there for Wartburg, but we'll get an update here on the overlay pretty soon.
Should be, I see Lewis and Clark punching him in. You see it there in the top left? There it is. That's just kind of how it happens. Not really much else I can do about it unless I want to get finicky with it, but it just kind of placed it there off center.
Yeah, I think it's totally fine for the score to be there. You can see Wartburg only with 20 points there.
Also
falling behind.
The kanji for race, for how many races are left.
Ah, that's what that is. Yes,
Yeah,
11 races left. That's what the 11 means.
Yeah. It doesn't count up. It counts down. I don't actually know which one is more anticipation building. A count down or a count up?
I think countdown's more anticipation building because then it's like there's one race left. All on the line. Is that a me? Someone's racing as a me right there with a cart? Is it like a Mercedes right there?
I genuinely think that is John Longgun.
Oh, I did see him picking a me outfit earlier today. Yep, it is.
In the Mercedes.
So, and I'm pretty sure that's Gremlin there in the Bitty Buggy Funky Kong combo. I just realized Lewis and Clark on Mr. Scooty, throwing it back to his OG days, back when he was a Mr. Scooty main.
I was watching these combinations be made. This is interesting. And John Longgon literally said to me, "Just wait."
Yeah, although this is the finals, I do think they're having a little fun with it. I bet he's going to go for Nisk right here. Oh, this is absolutely horrible now because he cannot make this jump. He needed to keep that momentum. You're meant to do that trick, that shortcut with the mushroom. There's a way to do it with no item. Nisk, as they call it, no item shortcut. And I think he was going for it right there. It's a little bit difficult, but I see him practice this all the time. This track is insanely fun to watch with people who are really good at it. I really like the trick right after the glider here where you ride the rail. We'll see if he goes for it. He did it the first lap. I'm sure he'll go for it again here. Actually, maybe not because he has good items. Wait, no, you don't lose your items in this game. That's just Mario Kart World. So right here where you ride that rail, I think it just saves a fraction of a second, but it looks so cool.
It does look awesome.
But pretty good items here. Golden Mushroom into a star. Looks like he's holding on to it for something on purpose. I mean, here's the shortcut that you're meant to do with the mushroom. Yeah. And just stops mushrooming right there before that last item set. Wanted to maintain 11th place in some distance and probably hoping for a shock here. Gets triple shrooms instead.
We're here on the final lap. Quite frankly, the only person I know, it's John Longgon that's the Lee Nelson me up front, third.
Amazing. Yeah, there's also Inkling up there as well. That's another character that we didn't point out last time. I think Inkling actually has pretty competitive stats. Same with like Villager Boy. And third lap right here. 6th place. Doesn't look like it's the greatest race for Wartburg, but we'll see the stats here. Oh, actually, Squid is playing Inkling.
Oh.
Okay, he's Purple Inkling. Got 1st place there. Well done for Wartburg.
Finally, the name fits.
Yeah, Squid playing Squid character.
That was I genuinely. This is the thing. I genuinely have no idea where anybody finishes now.
Yeah, with all the characters, it's so hard. Before you just looked for orange Yoshis.
It's kind of just, well, I know where Lewis and Clark is, and then eventually we will find where everyone else is.
And you can't always count on people. You're allowed to change your character and card combination between races too, so people could switch it up. Probably, especially Gremlin.
I call it the Gremlin.
The Gremlin. But as we all know, there is just one Gremlin.
It is true. There is just one.
Ooh, Daisy Cruiser also throwing it back to the good old days of Wartburg. Last year we ran a lot of Daisy Cruiser. I think we kind of stopped running it now.
Is it just one Gremlin, and as in he is just the one Gremlin, or just one as he is simply one of many Gremlins?
Ooh, I have no idea. I think it sounds cooler if he's the one and only. And there it is! Cruising along on Daisy Cruiser. Is that the standard cart? Is Morton in the standard cart right now?
Yes. Yeah, that's. I think that's still Gremlin. Yeah. It
Or
is.
no, I thought Gremlin was Funky Kong.
No, Gremlin, because it was Squid, Johnny, Gremlin, Lewis, and Clark.
Okay. Yep. You're absolutely correct. Somebody else is rocking the Funky Kong then. Ooh, the item yoinked there.
There's also a Link driving out there. Shout out Cookie Cat.
Shout out Cookie Cat. We miss you.
More importantly, shout out Cookie Cat's mom, the true chatter of the sports team.
Real. Those moving tables, by the way, actually really hard to dodge. It looks really easy, and I remember little kid me when I played this back on the GameCube in Double Dash. I remember it being really easy. But not so easy anymore. Barely dodges that bomb.
Yeah, the Funky Kong drove straight into it, too.
Embarrassing fact about me and Nintendo, I thought they were called bomb-oms my whole life, and I recently learned that they are bob-oms.
Bob-oms.
Yeah, I thought it was bomb-oms. But they're either bob-oms or bob-oms. I've heard it both ways. But I just literally misread the letters.
Well, it's also, that's like made to be the most confusing thing ever.
That's true. They're literally just bombs. Okay, Lewis and Clark, 4th place, heading into the last lap here. Boomerang in hand. One of the most interesting items in the game because it can go through defenses.
It also, you get 4 tosses, and it always comes back. I think that's also the most interesting to me. You can, it's the fact that it does come back to you.
It does, unless you pick up an item and fill up your inventory. Then it kind of disappears into the void, which it does not do that in World. It stays in your inventory the whole time. Blue shell on its way. Lewis and Clark using that rear view cam expertly.
It's 3 tosses, not 4.
And Wartburg with the 3rd and 4th.
I'm looking at this graphic they tweeted out for the Rocket League playoffs, and I realized that it's U as in upper, L as in lower, not U as in winners, L as in losers.
Yes, I think fighting games are the only games to use winners and losers terminology. Every other game that does double elim uses upper bracket and lower bracket terminology.
This I think I know, but it's just weird to see because I'm looking at this graphic. How is U for winners?
Yeah.
Daisy Circuit, the pick from Wartburg, at least one of them. And we've lost cohesion.
Yep, everybody just kind of picking whatever they want. Hyrule, pretty interesting pick. I just love that track in general. Shout out to Shortcat. Made a whole video about him trying to get the world record, or at least top 10 time, and I think he eventually did it.
By the way, as we're acting all casual about these, this score is very close.
Yeah.
this is actually a really close final so far.
They Wartburg in the lead, though, after they had a rough first race. Fourth race here on Cheeseland, known to be the ultimate bagging track. So you will see a lot of people maybe even purposely spin out here. Probably not Lewis and Clark since he's close to the beginning. So unfortunate for him. But you'll see, literally look at the Inkling and, yeah, like John Long gone there in the back. Just absolutely doing nothing. Squid still has yet to go forward.
If there's one thing that I know that John Longdon loves doing, it's bagging unintentionally.
The reason this is such a good bagging track, now normally most tracks are a good bagging track because there are really good mushroom shortcuts and star shortcuts. This one is a good bagging track specifically for bullet extensions. So if you don't know what that is, when you use the bullet bill item, it will carry you for a certain amount of distance, or it will carry you for a certain amount of time. I think it might not be distance. It's either it'll carry you for a certain amount of time, or after you pass 5 people, I believe, a certain number of people. Once one of those two conditions are met, it will drop you. But it will not drop you if other conditions are met, such as you being on a turn. As you see, Lewis and Clark stopping right there as a blue shell's on the way. Smart heads-up play there. So, bullet extension is if there's a series of turns in a row, you can use the bullet so it would normally end right on the first of that series of turns, and the bullet will continue, it will extend through all of those turns. And you can get a bullet extension on this track that lasts almost an entire lap.
Mario Kart is such an interesting game. When you actually dive into the depths of how it functions. If you look at it from surface level, granted that's like any video game, I'm talking this is it's Mario Kart specific.
Yeah.
Where it just seems like it's such a casual game. So shout outs to John Longdon and the Birdo all the way back there.
Yep, there's that bullet. You see them both using in that same spot. So watch on the mini-map there as those last two people use the bullet in a very specific spot to get that bullet extension. And that bullet is still going, still going, still going. It's going to carry them for a very long time. But Lewis and Clark running away with this with the link up there. And probably a little bit too far for the baggers to catch up. Never mind. I'm a liar. Birdo appears out of nowhere. He gets second place.
What did I just watch? It just came off the cliff.
Yeah, there is a shortcut where if you have mushroom, you can ride way up there. But Wartburg is going to get third and fourth. Gremlin not having the best of races right now. Tied for last down there.
Squid top scorer. We await the update.
And there's the score update there. Wartburg College falling to the middle of the pack there. Still very close scores from everyone here.
I guess I never considered how the split would really be in terms of scoring, because it is kind of everyone takes every position. So it's weird to see that like the scoring is relatively so low compared to what I'm used to from CKL.
Yeah, because it's divided amongst 3 teams rather than just 2 teams. Which I guess that inherently keeps it as a closer game because there's just less points to go around.
That's what I was. It's odd to see.
Interesting track pick here. I think this is a very boring track. But they're the ones racing it right now, so we'll watch as they take their daily commute to work. You know, a little fender bender on the highway. Classic. Happens every morning. And now, yeah. Here's the classic bagging. Going to slow down, wait for those coins to respawn, grab them all. There's plenty of coins to go around on this track specifically. So he's already at 10 coins.
I do think this is just... I think it is just one series of 12 races. The entire finals, as opposed to CKL, where it is a best of 3. Not really a way to do a best of 3 when you got 3 squads.
Yeah.
Who's first to win 2, but
Which could go all the way to 4 games. Is he going to get the star? Yep. As he releases that mini turbo, going to get the bump on him. The demolition. As if we're playing Rocket League still here. And the Wartburg, 2 members of Wartburg going for that shortcut right there.
figure out what that costume is that John Longgun has in the game.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but he does always say that he's doing the daily commute. I do like that shortcut right there. I think that's like the only fun part of this whole track.
They messed up not making the Mercedes cars the best. They're the only real cars.
Yeah, well, this isn't Mario Car,
I guess that is true.
even though I think I also thought it was called Mario Cars when I was little. But you can see that this track is so mediocre that everyone is just bunched up right there.
It's a competitive track.
Yep. And the bomb in hand here as we head into this last lap. It's a little bit hard to play defense with a bomb because you'd have to drop it at the right time or be going fast enough in order to not explode yourself. Once again, another thing they changed in World. It won't explode you if you use it on defense. But a good race there from Lewis and Clark. Squid and Lewis and Clark, the top two scorers.
Yeah, wait to see how it will fall in terms of the team scores. I'm just now realizing I kind of used all of my energy in that Rocket League game.
Yeah, that makes sense. It was intense. Rocket League is just tied for first now. Wartburg College tied for first.
I don't know if I'm prepared mentally for tomorrow.
Oh, with
Rivals, into
Marvel
Rocket
Rivals,
League.
and then Rocket League afterwards. Late night Rocket League game tomorrow at 9:30.
Yeah, 9:30. That's crazy. And that's for they have to win because they don't play next week.
Correct. Yeah, we have a bye week as our last week of regular season in Rocket League for NECC. So next week will be the last regular season game, which is extremely important for Wartburg to do well to guarantee our playoff spot there.
I think sitting at 2 and 3 right now.
Correct.
It is against Augustana, who we did beat in the placements.
True. So we should be the favorites going into it, but that was a long time ago. Both teams have improved a lot, but I believe that Wartburg has improved more. And I can only assume, since we've just improved so much, I'd be impressed if Augustana has improved equally. I don't even know what track this is. I mean, it's a booster course one for sure, and not one that Wartburg plays often.
This is Tor. I'm studying.
They at the beach looks pretty cool, actually. I do like the aesthetic of it.
This is, I think, at L.A.
That adds up. Oh, we got a Bowser Jr. now. I wonder if that's Gremlin, actually. I know he likes his Bowser Jr.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the L.A. track. I looked away for about 5 seconds, and I missed the course. Yeah, they're driving on a highway. It has to be L.A.
Yeah, L.A. known for the only place that has highways.
Only place in the world.
I don't even know what he got hit by. We love online, Nintendo Online. Very good and reliable.
Dodger Stadium. Crazy baseball game played there last night, by the way. I was up until 2 in the morning watching it.
I'm going to take your word for it, because I've never experienced a crazy baseball game.
It was 18 innings long.
That's crazy in one way.
Yeah, this is Alex. I think that's the Venice Beach Pier on the right side, or Santa Monica.
You'd think this guy's from California over here. He's a knower. Okay, I have seen this part before, actually.
I'm just
I
kind
do
of
recognize
Mr.
this
Geography, Mr. Real World Geography in a way. I also had family who lived in LA, so it
I
kind
only
of
know the geography of RuneScape. Take me to Lumbridge. Anyway, back to Mario Kart. This is chaos right here, right
It's
in the
just
middle of the
fireball
pack.
after fireball.
I mean, even looking at the minimap, everyone is so tightly packed in here at the very end of this race. Blue Shell coming out.
That makes sense for LA traffic.
And there is the finish line. Some snaking, not going to be enough to catch up to anybody. 9th place there. Rest of the Wartburg squad. Squid in 3rd. Gremlin in 6th. We were correct on him being on the Bowser Jr.
The problem was it was a Koopa League, not Bowser Jr. You need to play the real one, and you do better.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why John Longon moved to Bowser Jr. in Smash.
Yeah, the best abbreviation of Bowser Jr. is Bowjow, as Bowser Jr. mains like to call him in Smash Bros. And I think that's hilarious because his name is not Bowser Jowser or Bowser Jownier. It's Bowser Jr.
Bowser Jowser.
So why is it Bowjow?
I didn't even realize that Bowser Jr. It would be that.
Yeah.
I never even thought of
It should be Bowju. Yeah, but that doesn't sound good.
You know, if it's 3 letters, it'd be Bao June. J-U-N.
Yeah, Baojun. Honestly, that does sound kind of...
That sounds scary. That actually sounds scary.
But I just like to call him Bowser Jowser then. I think that's way funnier. So I hope Gremlin's rocking the Bowser Jowser again, since it worked out from there. Oh, no. Switch over to the King Boo, I'm assuming.
That would be correct.
The pink cart.
Everyone's... Well, I say everyone, but then that Shy Guy is not rocking mini wheels.
Nope. They're called the roller wheels?
I was going to say rollers. Roller, Inkling, it all connects.
Okay, now this track's actually goated. It is a tour track, but and I used to hate all tour tracks, but I've realized that some of them are actually okay.
They were pretty awesome when I played them on my phone.
Dude, I played Mario Kart Tour for maybe a whole 10 minutes, and then I realized you just don't do anything. It's just you watch it happen, and then I learned that you don't even play against real people.
Yep.
It's just bots.
Yep. Well, no, remember they added it like 6 months into the game's lifespan.
Oh, I already was too angry. I stopped caring.
They added real people playing way too late.
Yeah.
And then they just stopped making mobile games.
Yeah, multiplayer functionality is usually a pretty important part of multiplayer games. So
One would think.
Makes sense that the game didn't do super well for not having that.
I kind of miss the Nintendo mobile games, quite frankly. They were kind of fun.
I don't really remember what other ones existed.
There was, well, obviously Mario Run.
Oh, yeah, but that game, you had to, like, pay to actually play the game.
Yeah, it was crazy. There was the one where it was, like, essentially Miiverse, but not really. I can't even remember what that one was called now. And I'm pretty sure there was something else, but I can't remember. Lewis and Clark, by the way, in first place as we're talking about this.
Yeah, and I do believe he time trials this track a lot, and so with this, it looks like he has enough distance now. He has defense in his back pocket as long as there's not Shock or a Blue Shell, which I don't know if we've seen Shock this whole series, by the way.
I don't think so either.
As long as there's no Shock and Blue Shell, I do think he's going to kind of run away with this. I mean, this is the end of the track right here. I think part of the reason there's no Shock is because in traditional 6v6, you will usually have people slow down enough to purposely get Shock if you need it, but in 4v4, it doesn't seem like that's going to be the strat too often. You're just trying to get any placement you can.
Yeah, and when points are such a commodity, you kind of have to prioritize getting them before anything else. You can't exactly have someone sit in the back because you're just tanking a literal fourth of your points.
That is true. It's a fourth of your points rather than a sixth. But when you think about it, if you shock and you get your teammates to dodge, you're shocking 8 people rather than 6 people. So
that is also, yeah, but it is always about the risk, and
here's the Wartburg College classic Neo Bowser City pick, at least from Lewis and Clark. Everybody else is picking whatever they want.
No communication. Team is falling apart.
Is that Coconut Mall? I think that one person has picked Coconut Mall.
That is
every
Coconut Mall.
Single.
I think that is Gremlin.
You know what?
I think that's his me.
That makes sense. He does like that track.
That is his me. That is Gremlin's me.
Oh, I thought I was going to get it for a second. Oh, it random to everybody else's track pick. That's funny.
What happens? So this is something that I've wondered. What happens if it randoms to a track that's already been played?
I believe that you get a track penalty for that.
That's awesome.
In CKL, at least, you do get a point deduction for accidentally picking a track that somebody else has picked. Which is why you won't see people pick random unless you basically have one and it's the last track and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Even if you get the point deduction.
Deduction
on and on.
Let me double check this. What the maximum points you can get again is.
Wartburg College in the lead by only 3 points, though.
Maximum points you can get in one race is 46. And the minimum you can get is 10.
All right. I mean, still plenty of races left to be played, be raced. This is another track that I believe Lewis and Clark is very experienced on. You can see on that turn right there, he knew to release a mini turbo, and then he could still get a ultra mini turbo afterwards on that same turn, and that's why he got this lead in first right here.
You ever think it's just not fair having Lewis and Clark on the team?
Oh, of course it's fair. He's put in the work.
But I mean, just the amount of time and effort that he puts into this is kind of... It's kind of absurd. Quite frankly, I don't think I've seen anyone more dedicated to their game than I have him.
Yeah, the amount of hours he's put in since he got into Mario Kart is actually insane. I am a little surprised we don't have more Rocket League players who do that. I know there has been some years actually where Electric Step has put in quite the amount of hours into Rocket League. Because usually Rocket League players are single game gamers. I feel like I'm an exception to that.
Lewis and Clark also an exception to that.
Very true. He is on the Rocket League team.
Even in his Discord bio, is Smash and 3 question marks.
Yeah, Lewis and Clark also up and coming Smash player. Look at the lead he has right now, by the way. Big minimap, and there's that blue shell right as I speak of it. And tries to cycle for a Super Horn right there.
It will not matter.
It will not. Nobody's going to be able to catch up to this guy unless maybe Shock happens at the same time. But even then, he might still have first. And yeah, I should stop talking now.
The prophecy has been fulfilled.
Filled. And there's the Super Horn that he wishes he had a while ago. But yeah, we're correct. I mean, even with this Shock. Ooh, with a little bit of a wall bump. And wait, everything's going wrong. Yep, everything goes wrong, and he's so good, he still gets it. So, fun fact, that is why you want to have the coin in your first slot and your defense in the second slot, so the Boo cannot steal your item like that. And I recently heard that in Mario Kart World, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but Boo cannot steal a Super Horn.
Interesting.
I thought it was true of 8 Deluxe as well, but we just saw right there it's not. He got blue shelled, shocked, and booed from his defense right as he tried to use it. Still got first. If we get Neo Bowser City, that's also going to be a huge race for Lewis and Clark. I'm sure he's going to... Never mind. I was just saying I'm sure he's going to vote for it there. Oh, okay, he is. Because if he gets that track, he's running away with it.
That is very true.
Because he'll start in first, and there's no catching up.
No, it's because you put in just one score, so it messed it up. Oh.
I don't know what their scores were either.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, the overlay will be a little bit delayed from that last race as we did not quite get all the scores proper. We're going to double check that, and we'll get that update here in a second. So here we go. One of the millions of Rainbow Roads. Not sure which one this is. I believe this is Wii.
I think that one might be lost to the ether.
Well, overlay just might be cooked here.
Yeah, I think it is time to take the overlay down. I forget that clips are only like so long.
Yeah.
Well, fun while it lasted. Now we just get to guess.
And Lewis and Clark taking that shortcut there and hitting it perfectly. Because this is on the moon. Oh, hello. A little sneak peek of me there.
I thought I was still tapped into the
debut production today.
It was actually fish jump scare.
Yeah. Just for the fans, you know.
Yeah, drop a fish pog in chat. I forget that's an emote sometimes.
It's wonderful. Oh, and he's going to try to drop back so he avoids the blue. Does so successfully. Maintains 10 coins because of it, too. Not sure if it's worth. Must be worth. Yeah, because he would have been in the back of the pack. Now he's back in first. There you go. With 10 coins. And a Super Horn in pocket. The only bad thing about Super Horn is you do have to be very mindful of what's coming up behind you. Okay, and he nails the shortcut a second time. Because you can't just trail the Super Horn like you could any other item. But it does last for quite a while, so it's not too specific of timing. That jump actually is quite hard to get right. Because you do want to make sure that you just barely get airtime there. If you do it the wrong way, you'll go way up in the air and then back down on the other side. Some pro snaking right here. Shout out to Soft Drifting. Wonderful mechanic. And there's another blue shell coming towards Lewis and Clark. He's not going to drop for this one because he does have Super Horn in pocket. one item that can destroy the blue shell. Mushrooms can dodge it, but you can't get a mushroom in first place. And here he goes for this shortcut his third time. Does he get it for 3 for 3? And yes, he does. Makes it look effortless.
That's it, with quite some margin of error, too.
Yeah, I've seen people fail that many, many times. So I'm not sure quite how difficult it is, but it's not difficult for Lewis and Clark. And this should be another first place for Lewis and Clark. Finishes before that red shell comes for him. See how everyone else is doing. Looks like Squid just popped a bullet right there at the very end. Might have taken him up a few places.
A bit of a gap to the other Wartburg drivers there.
Now Squid in 4th place now overall in the scoring. Once upon a time was in 1st. And yeah, we have no idea what the overall score is. We will have to wait until all the races are done for everyone to show the scores on screen. And we'll add those up. I suppose what we could have done is at the end of that last race, we could have screenshotted the total scores before they got updated.
Yeah, probably.
And then done some quick maths. But, oh well, too late now.
It's gone forever. I just said it's gone forever, and they don't know what I mean by that, but it's too late.
Yep. The world may never know. So we'll just get top 4 spots in the rest of these races, and we'll know we win.
That's true. That's actually very true.
If we don't lose, we will win. Everyone asks how you coach esports, and this is the wisdom that coaches provide. If you don't lose, you will win.
That's true. I think I've heard that through other outlets, too. Always just as impactful.
Top 2 spots right now belonging to Wartburg College as Lewis and Clark tanks a red shell for the sake of John Long gone. And Lewis and Clark, I'm pretty sure, meant to hold that shell to block and accidentally tossed it. Another fun thing in case you guys don't know, in Mario Kart I didn't know this for the longest time. When you are picking up an item, right here when you get this item block and it's cycling through those items, if you spam the item button, you'll just get an item sooner. So sometimes people will spam the item button to hopefully get an item sooner to block a red shell if there's one on its way. And they might spam it a little bit too long and accidentally use the item that they just got. And Lewis and Clark there hopping into the grass before using that bullet to get slightly further distance, kind of using the bullet to cut that corner. And here we go, Golden Mushroom, Super 8 in pocket, going into the last lap here. 10th place, gets hit by the star, going to use that Golden Mushroom to accelerate instantly. The danger of Mario Kart is being in the middle of the pack, so you want to make sure that when you make your move to pass everybody, you make your move quick. And Lewis and Clark getting caught there both times, once by a shell, another time by a star, trying to make that move through the middle of the pack, going to use a star of his own to try to go through, but it's not going to quite be enough. That's an 8th place for Lewis and Clark there. And not a lot of top spots for Wartburg College there. Man, not looking good after that one. Lewis and Clark still top scorer, though. But Gremlin is the bottom scorer.
It really is way more anticipation if we can't see the overlay.
Yeah, we just have to hope and pray. I would assume, actually, that at this point, Wartburg does not have the lead.
Yeah, it's probably, if anyone, I believe it's Idaho.
Yeah, not sure. And Coconut Mall still has yet to be picked. Still voted for every time. And it's going to be Lewis and Clark's pick. Let's load into Toad Circuit. I think it's really funny that there's like Yoshis on the side. Like if you look to the right there, and the left is Yoshis cheering from the sidelines. And they're actually way bigger than the Yoshis who are riding the carts.
That's my favorite thing about Mario Kart is the scaling is always off.
Lewis and Clark just going to ride someone out immediately to start that. No defense, though, but it looks like nothing's coming his way. Going to try to get that double. Both people missed the double there. Actually, I believe that Inkling got the double. It just lagged out, and it did not disappear on everybody else's screen. Double shells. I just noticed that the green shell and red shell are facing different directions in the item slot.
Oh, they are. That's actually interesting. I wonder which way blue shells are. The real journalism here.
Yeah. These are the questions that scientists still have yet to answer. Oh, and that banana peel dropped right in front of his face. The Mario Kart Classic. And banana peel's a little bit more devastating in a highly competitive Mario Kart because everybody's taking similar lines. And that bomb's going to smack him right as he turns around and look behind him. That's going to drop him all the way to 9th, 8th, 7th, 8th place. 7th place. 6th place. Like I said, the first time.
That's one thing about Mario Kart is you're always in one place forever and it never changes. Very stagnant game.
Sixth place. Oh, he's going to get past at the very end there. John Longon looks like he's getting first, though.
And will.
That's huge for the program right there.
As we get into what will be the final race, and more importantly, a time of waiting for final scores.
Yeah, Baby Park pick going into the last race here.
Always has to be.
Poor Coconut Mall pick, man. I really hope they pick Coconut Mall just for Gremlin. I mean, he's in last place right now. He needs it.
It's a bit what a home court advantage. I guess home track, not court.
Mr. Bowser, if you're listening to me, the overlord of Nintendo.
I thought he stepped down.
Yeah, he did step down.
I was gonna say.
No, I'm talking about Bowser.
Oh,
the
like
Koopa.
Bowser.
The King Koopa.
Okay.
Because he controls the RNG.
That's true.
That's why no one's allowed to race as him, because it'd be too OP.
That's like when you play, what is it, Mario Party, like 8? Or is it 10, where it's like the whole Bowser game mode? With the gamepad.
I do not remember. But Bowser's the best playable character in the one for the Switch, the first one for the Switch.
That I do know, because it's what? It's either you move 0, it's 10.
Yeah, you move 0, or you get like -3 coins, or you move 10.
Yep.
And like on average, he just has the highest average movement, which is crazy that they wouldn't just think of that. That's very easy math. I watched an entire long YouTube video about Mario Party dice, and they made a whole tier list of characters in Mario Party just based on their dice, and it was actually really cool.
You know what? I forgot. It zoomed in just slightly. Because it was off of, it was when Gremlin's Switch was plugged in, and for some reason his Switch, like...
His Switch was slightly different, like, scaling?
There's always, no matter what, whenever it's Gremlin's Switch, even on other TVs, there's always, like, just a little black border around it.
That's crazy. Maybe that's what's holding him back today.
That is true.
Lewis and Clark in last place here, heading into lap 2. Looks like he's purposely slowing down. I wonder if he's going to try to get a shock or just hoping for better items. Not a single mushroom in 12th place? What is this? Someone check the disc.
The disc of the cartridge.
Yeah, the code is messed up right now. Okay, that's more like it. We're gonna bullet back up, use that star, make our run through maybe. Probably try to get one more item in last place. Ooh, I'm gonna not get another item there. Oh, bullet extension time, I guess. That bullet lasted forever.
I will say. So in last place, it is 3 Wartburg players.
Slowing down, I do think he's trying to get shocked because Wartburg is way in the back. And it doesn't look like it's happening. Please, Overlord Bowser, give us the shock.
Not much time left to pull it.
It's going to have to be right here. Nope. And there it is not. Going to have to just make a run for it here. Probably going to spam through this Super 8, try to just get that star and get on with life. But zooming past a lot of people, not quite enough. And Wartburg College actually gets 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not too bad. But Lewis and Clark does get knocked out of that top spot after that race. And that was the final race, correct?
That was the final race.
All right. Points could be added up from here.
I'll run through my calculator. So it's
just by comparison, taking a quick glance.
It's gone.
Oh, thought you would screenshot that.
I meant to. Here, I'll press the clip button. Oh, here we go. Now this is true journalism. They're doing the math out there as well.
Yep, there we go.
Turn the music on a little bit.
As we await the final scores to be tallied.
Wartburg 332.
It doesn't sound like a winning number to me. What do I know? Mr. Pessimistic over here.
Idaho 311.
Okay, okay.
Stockton 341.
Ooh, Stockton going to take the dub here. Wartburg College getting second place here tonight then.
Yeah, that is second place. I'll switch it over to this. Yeah, the overlay just kind of broke. It just stopped working.
That is A-okay. So congrats to Stockton for getting first place here in NRC. Wartburg going to be taking home the second place for this league, which still good on them. I mean, Mario Kart, this whole team has been working so hard all season. Now that they're finally done, they can take a little break before the spring season starts for them, as they will be competing year-round in a second season in the spring. But that's the end of their first season here. Really proud of how hard they worked. They got so much better since the beginning of the year, like insanely better. So really fun to watch, really see them put the work in. I'm really proud of all those guys. They deserve their awesome success that they've seen this year, even though they couldn't quite take the first place tonight. Second place is still pretty good.
Especially for something that while it doesn't seem like everyone was super locked in for it, it seems more of a...
Yeah, a little bit for funsies.
Yeah.
As you can see by the character picks and everything, and the Coconut Mall pick every single time.
It never landed on it.
Absolutely tragic. Absolutely tragic. I mean, there's 12 picks.
I was saying,
1 in a 12 chance.
Technically, it's 1 in 12 every single time.
And I believe that gives you about a 64% chance. Most of the time, I believe that when it's there's 12 races, there's a 1 out of 12 chance your track gets picked, and you have 12 chances to pick it. I believe that gives you pretty close to 1 out of 64. Did you just check my math on that?
So I just did 12 times 12, and
that is not going to give you a normal number. That's just going to give you
144.
Yep, that doesn't tell you anything.
Yeah.
The math would need to be 1 minus 1 over 12 squared. No, 1 over 12 to the 12th power.
Yeah, that is what it would be. I don't know how to punch that in a calculator. I'll be honest. I actually don't know.
No, I said that wrong anyway. That's not even what it would be. It'd be something similar to that. Anyway, tonight's not the night to do math homework.
That's true.
That's going to be the end of our stream tonight. We had some Rocket League in the beginning. Then we had some Mario Kart. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And have a great night. Tune in tomorrow for some Marvel Rivals and some more Rocket League to come.
Steal my crown. Tell me till I black up, put your hands around. I'm guilty. She said, worship me. I control the air you breathe. Worship me, my set you free. Worship me, I control the air you breathe. Worship me, my forgiveness sets you free. Throwing up your hands in worship, cast your sins away to Him. Go a garden safe from murder. Fill the forest with your kiss.